scene. Call OB.
Next Tuesday, one life clings to another.
You're gonna be fine, both of you. Hold that. You move, she bleeds to death.
New Chicago Fire, next Tuesday on NBC, and get the NBC app. Tomorrow, the 2-hour Chicago PD event. That's one surprise
You've been stripped of your police powers.
after another.
Why are we still trying to hide it?
Chicago PD, new tomorrow at a special time, 9/8 Central on NBC, and get the NBC app.
On an all-new Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Drew Barrymore drops by. NBC Tonight.
Your one news source. This is NewsCenter1.
Good evening, I'm Shad Olson. This is NewsCenter1 at 10. Questions are growing tonight about the U.S. military role in Iraq and Syria. That less than a week after an American soldier was killed in action against ISIS in northern Iraq. President Obama has repeatedly said that U.S. forces will not be engaged in ground combat in the region. Today, his Secretary of Defense seeming to say otherwise. The story from NBC's chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel.
After American and Kurdish commandos stormed an ISIS prison in Iraq last week, freeing dozens of hostages, it was clear the U.S. had entered directly into combat yet again in the Middle East. It cost the life of Master Sergeant Joshua Wheeler.
To degrade and ultimately defeat ISIL.
Today, Secretary of Defense Ashton Carter couldn't have been more explicit. U.S. troops will be in combat against ISIS.
We won't hold back from supporting capable partners in opportunistic attacks against ISIL or conducting such missions directly, whether by strikes from the air or direct action on the ground.
But the president has said repeatedly,
the American forces that have been deployed to Iraq do not and will not have a combat mission.
The White House is treading a fine line, seeming to want it both ways, considering a wider role for U.S. troops in Iraq and Syria, while insisting so-called regular troops won't be in combat. Only small numbers of special ops forces will carry out, quote, direct action. But this is how wars can start, with a toe in the water.
I think the administration is confused about what's combat and what isn't combat. It doesn't matter if you're in a special operations force or a conventional force. If people are trying to kill you, you're in combat.
How did it happen? It evolved, of course. First, the U.S. tried to create a rebel army to fight ISIS, but the rebels trained, just dozens of them, ended up surrendering or being kidnapped by al-Qaeda. And allies, including Turkey and the Kurds, have their own agendas. So the U.S. is going against ISIS more directly, and it's a slippery slope. One death so far, and more dangerous missions coming.
So tonight, an apparent contradiction. The White House insists nothing has changed, no troops in combat, but the Pentagon also insists there will be more troops engaging in direct action.
Meantime, today, Defense Secretary Ashton Carter also speaking today on the announcement from the U.S. Air Force that it has awarded the contract for the long-anticipated long-range strike bomber, a project meant to eventually replace the aging B-1 and B-52 in the American bomber fleet. Defense contractor Northrop Grumman won the contract, selling the Air Force up to 100 of the new bombers for $550 million each. That's a total contract load of $55 billion over the course of the contract. It is the largest aircraft contract since Lockheed Martin was awarded the bid to build the Joint Strike Fighter in 2004. The long-range strike bomber will eventually replace both the B-52 and the B-1 bombers, making it the backbone of the American bombing fleet for decades to come.
We determined that a new and innovative design for a long-range strike bomber, accompanied with investments in ISR, electronic warfare, and advanced weapons, was the best choice for our strategic requirements. This decision was based on the agility, reusability, affordability, and deterrence that such an aircraft can provide if properly designed and procured. And it represents the type of technological leap that we must continue to pursue in order to retain our edge.
U.S. Senator John Thune saying that the long-range strike bomber will be the most sophisticated aircraft in our bomber fleet. Global Strike Command, which now includes Ellsworth Air Force Base, expects the arrival of the new bomber by the mid-2020s. Republican members of the House of Representatives have gotten their first look at a tentative budget deal worked out between congressional leaders and the White House. Speaker John Boehner briefing the Republican caucus this morning on the bipartisan tentative plan in a closed-door meeting in what is expected to be the last significant situation or decision of Boehner's career. The two-year pact would give both the Pentagon and domestic agencies $80 billion in relief from budget constraints in exchange for cuts elsewhere in the budget. House leaders saying the bipartisan agreement deserves congressional support from members on both sides of the aisle.
This agreement will protect our economy and reduces the deficit. It secures more long-term entitlement reforms. It strengthens our national security. It brings more certainty to next year's appropriations process. It protects more Americans from Obamacare and rejects all of the tax increases as proposed by the administration.
In a big agreement like this, both sides of the negotiating table can find things they like and don't like. But when you look at the significant reforms, especially reforms to save Social Security from an imminent bankruptcy in the disability program, something that hasn't happened for 30 years, that's quite significant.
The newly assembled budget plan would also remove the threat of budget and debt chaos until after the 2016 presidential election. U.S. Senator John Thune taking charge to protect Americans from misconduct at the Internal Revenue Service. The South Dakota senator today calling for a top-to-bottom cultural change at the IRS. 2 years ago, the IRS was accused of targeting social welfare groups and political groups based on their political viewpoints. Thune, a member of the committee investigating the agency, says that the IRS appears guilty of gross mismanagement and that they need to be held accountable for how they treat taxpayers.
American taxpayers should expect at the very least a culture of accountability, of fairness, of impartiality. No taxpayer ever again should fear that they will be discriminated against based on their political or ideological beliefs. And so while I appreciate the changes the IRS is attempting to implement on their own, I believe that more needs to be done. And earlier this year, Senator Grassley and I introduced the Taxpayer Bill of Rights Enhancement Act of 2015, which is a series of measures to hold the IRS accountable to American taxpayers.
Senator Thune urging IRS Commissioner John Koskinen to consider his common sense proposals to ensure safety and security for the American public. Senator Thune, along with U.S. Senator Mike Rounds, fighting another government entity today, the Environmental Protection Agency. That in trying to stop the EPA from moving forward with President Barack Obama's Clean Power Plan. The EPA says that the regulations for existing power sources are an important step on climate change, but Rounds says this would result in sky-high electric rates for South Dakota families with little benefit to the environment. Despite our coal power plant at Big Stone, we still get much of our power from surrounding states, all of which would be affected by that plan. Last week, South Dakota and 25 other states filing a petition for review and a motion to stay against that plan. As we reported last week, thousands of South Dakotans can expect rising health care insurance rates in 2016. Dakota Care, Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, Avera Health Plans, and Sanford Health Plan all confirming they expect to increase their rates anywhere from 13% to 63%. Consumers have the option to purchase coverage through the Affordable Care Act or outside the federal exchange. Two companies offering plans outside of the exchange, Dakota Care and Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, are hiking their premiums by an average of 63% and 43% respectively for some consumers. Avera Health Plans and Sanford Health Plan are selling coverage on and off of the exchange. Their individual market hikes for next year averaging a 13% range. Enrollment season for coverage through the federal marketplace beginning on November 1st. Prices and plans are posted online at healthcare.gov, and coverage will begin on January 1st. And here's a look at today's markets on Wall Street. And as we check the numbers, the Dow losing 42 points, 17,581. NASDAQ Composite down 5, 5,030. S&P down 5, 2066. Gold rising 80 cents at $1,167 even on this day of trade. Chief Meteorologist Bob Briggo joining us. You said it would be kind of damp and cold and cool, and here we are.
Yeah, foggy morning as well. So all of the nasty stuff, we've been through it already. We're going to clear all this stuff out tomorrow, Shad. But first, we're going to have to deal with some winds, and those winds are already picking up around the Black Hills area tonight. We expect strong winds again tomorrow, primarily out in the prairies to our east. You can expect wind gusts to 45, possibly even 50 miles per hour. There is a wind advisory for that area throughout the afternoon tomorrow.
All right, we'll get details coming up in Bob's forecast in just a bit. We're back with more news after the break, right here on News Center 1 at 10.
This is News Center 1 with Shad Olson. Sports with Justin Wickersham. And weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Riggio.
We interrupt this commercial break to report some exciting news about Toyota.
Just announced. Get an additional $1,000 lease bonus cash and get low offers on some of Toyota's most popular models. Now, for only $179 a month, you can lease an adventurous new 2015 Toyota RAV4. Or for $149 a month, you can lease the stylish Camry. Or for just $139 a month, lease a new fun-to-drive 2016 Corolla. To learn more, visit buyatoyota.com. But hurry, it all ends November 2nd. Toyota. Let's go places.
You've got priorities, things that need to be taken care of, and things to pay attention to. It's not easy, but you're making it work. At First Interstate Bank, we know the drill. And just as others are relying on you, you can rely on us to help keep you doing what you do best. Your world's a busy one, full of all kinds of financial choices. You've got people depending on you to make those decisions, and then make breakfast. Financial success on the go? It's bigger than banking. It's you and I together.
Wake up in your first home. Wake up in a home with a new address. Wake up in a home with no address. Your dream home evolves, and protecting it takes committed support. American Family Insurance.
History comes alive in Deadwood, and history meets comfort at the Hotel by Gold Dust. Deadwood's newest and most unique hotel, located in the heart of Deadwood. The comfort and convenience of the Hotel by Gold Dust is yours to enjoy. And the best restaurant in Deadwood is only steps away at Mavericks, where you'll find great steaks and cocktails in the all-new Gold Dust Casino, located on Deadwood's historic Main Street. Make plans now to stay at the Hotel by Gold Dust, Deadwood's newest and most unique hotel.
The best dealership in the hills. I really appreciate the lack of high-pressure sales tactics. Purchasing from Hirschroods was easy.
I appreciated the respect they gave me by walking me through all the features of my new car, the service requirements, and the complete warranty.
After visiting half a dozen dealerships, we liked you guys the best.
They say your best advertising is a happy customer, and after 105 years, we do have a lot of them. Hirschroods of Sturgis, I-90 and exit 30. Don't drive by, drive in.
We know you have a lot to do before you get out the door. That's why NewsCenter1 Today is up early to get you the local headlines, accurate weather forecasts, and a little extra to make sure your day starts out right. NewsCenter1, your one source for a great day.
Residents of a newly constructed veterans home in Hot Springs are experiencing some delays. The state VA announcing that the move-in day for the Michael J. Fitzmaurice Veterans Home facility will not happen as planned as they deal with structural issues. Veterans Affairs Secretary Larry Zimmerman saying the project is nearing completion, but contractors need to do a bit more work before it's move-in ready. The 133,000 square foot, two-story building will house 52 skilled nursing beds and 48 residential living beds. Zimmerman says that the project is one that the people of South Dakota overwhelmingly supported, and the department wants to ensure that veterans have the care and support that is worthy of their sacrifice. A reminder for parents about your child's safety. The South Dakota Child Identification Program, better known as SD CHIP, was registering children tonight at the Belfouche Middle School. That program combines identifying items of children for parents or guardians, including dental impressions, a DNA cheek swab, a digital still photo, fingerprints, and video imaged interview. If your child ever goes missing, the family then turns that kit over to law enforcement to aid in the recovery of the child. The program is offered to the public at no charge, and for more SD CHIP opportunities, you can visit their website at sd-chip.org. Storybook Island in Rapid City attracts visitors year-round, but very soon you can experience the park in a whole new way, as we do each and every year at this time. We're talking about their annual Christmas Nights of Light. The event begins Friday, November 27th, and goes through December. Currently, Storybook Island is seeking volunteers for the event to assist in a variety of jobs, and you can find more information by calling 342-6357. Well, after some foggy conditions to start the day, we're clearing out the clouds tonight. Bob tells us about some colder temperatures heading our way coming up after the break right here on News Center 1.
What makes Liberty Superstores a dealership for the people? People with more insight, more options, more respect, more heart. We eagerly serve the frustrated, the hardworking, the people. We believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car, and that's what makes us for the people. Liberty Superstores.
The greatest snow in the Black Hills at Terry Peak is right around the corner. Now through the end of October, lock in your half-price Terry Peak season pass. It's a perfect Christmas gift for all the snow lovers, including yourself. Enjoy unlimited skiing and snowboarding all season long with adult passes at $319 and junior passes at only $190. It pays for itself in less than 7 ski days on the mountain. Purchase online at terrypeak.com or call or come see us 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily at guest services throughout the month of October at Terry Peak.
Mavericks Motorsports and Recreation Equipment Rentals. When 4 seasons just ain't enough.
Don't let the frustration with the equipment in your office come to this. Call TechNet Corp instead. TechNet Corp, the friendliest computer repair shop in the Black Hills.
On your mark, get set,
punch it.
Get the ride of your life in the 2015 Nissan Altima. With blind spot warning and up to 270 horsepower.
What is not to love?
It's really comfortable. It fits to my body.
Map, camera.
Choose Altima with 0% APR for up to 72 months, or for a limited time, save up to $35.25. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
This weather brought to you by Black Hills Power.
This is News Center 1. Weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Riggio.
All right, let's start off with some rainfall totals of the last 24 hours. Hot Springs, over a ½ an inch. Congratulations to you folks. Custer, 1300s, 200s. Faith, Buffalo, 1/100ths. And in Gillette, Wyoming, 2200ths of an inch for those folks. Here are the almanac. 57 the high, 57 is normal for this time of the year. 40 is our low temperature, and we're about 10 above where it should be. 30 is normal. 722, sun up. 550, the sun will be going down, even though we had some rain in the Black Hills here and there and over yonder. None in the old rain gauge out at the airport. Let's see, currently it's 39, and the winds are picking up. All right, we had a gust of 41 miles an hour already, and we expect these winds to stay rather strong tonight and throughout the day tomorrow, even into tomorrow evening as well. Currently, they're out of the northwest at 22. Here's a big picture. Look at the rain from the Great Lakes all the way down through the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley, down into Georgia, Mid-Atlantic states. Rain, rain, rain. A lot of this is the remnants of Hurricane Patricia that came up through New Mexico and East Texas, and now it's heading up into the Northeast. We have some video from Charleston, South Carolina. This is what's happening there. So you combine high tide and onshore flow with the winds and 2 to 3 inches of rain, and this is what happens in Charleston, South Carolina. They get flooded, folks, and this flood water is not going to go down anytime soon because of this rain is going to continue as you. All right, let's come on back. I want to show you the future satellite radar. There it is. You can see the rain still pretty much all up and down the East Coast. This is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Rain and moving into New York. Thank goodness the World Series is in Kansas City, which is dry at the present time, and it's going to be dry again tomorrow. So no weather problems with the World Series. And then on Thursday, high pressure continues in the Plain States, and that includes us. So we'll have plenty of sunshine tomorrow and plenty of sunshine on Thursday as well. What about the East Coast? Where's all that rain going? Well, the rain is still heading off in a northeasterly direction over extreme northeastern portion of the country and up into Ontario and Canada. All right. We'll move on. We'll take a little closer look and see what we got going here. Here's our future satellite radar for us. The cool front, you notice that cool front going through? Well, that's going to bring the winds tomorrow, and it's going to keep our temperatures are not going to warm up tomorrow. We are expecting temperatures pretty much like what we had today, in the 40s for highs, but we'll have some sun. The sun will be breaking on through. And then on Thursday, high pressure will slide a little further to the east. We'll get a little bit of a return flow. We'll keep the sun out on Thursday as well, but our temperatures will begin to warm up. So we are expecting warmer temperatures on Thursday, warmer yet on Friday, warmer yet on Saturday, and on Sunday, temperatures possibly around 70 degrees. All right, so that's the good news. Here are the high temperatures today across the state. In the 50s, all up and down the eastern tier of counties, 53 in the capital, Mobridge, 52, 47 Buffalo, Spearfish, 52 in Custer for high temperatures. Tomorrow, as I said, remember the cool front coming through? Well, it's reflected in these expected high temperatures tomorrow. We'll see those high temperatures only in the 40s over West River and in the 40s over East River. Watertown, though, 39. And then Thursday, let's warm these temperatures up a little bit. Yeah, we'll still see some spattering of 40s, but we're now beginning to see a few 50s are showing up in our part of the state. Temperatures generally in the 40s over in East River. All right, here's the forecast for tomorrow. More sun expected. And what do we got? 42 in Buffalo, 41 Custer, 42 in Spearfish, Hill City, 41 Deadwood, 43 in Bellevue. So temperature's still cool, even though we'll see some sunshine tomorrow. Tonight, 32 for that overnight low. Winds are out of the northwest, 20 to 30 gusts, 40. Partly cloudy skies, and these winds will continue. Tomorrow, strong winds out of the northwest, 20, 30 gusts, 45, and occasional gusts possibly to 50 miles an hour. Plenty of sunshine, and tomorrow evening, watch out. Temperatures are really going to fall off the cliff here. 22 under clear skies, still breezy, northwesterly winds 10 to 20 gusts, 30. And the 7-day forecast, I promised a warming trend, and I think we'll see it reflected in our 7-day. 50 on Thursday, 57 Friday, 64 Saturday, 71 on Sunday. Now, if that's not a warming trend, I don't know what is. Monday, 59, 48 on Tuesday. There's that clock thing. I'm not even going to talk about it, folks. Every time I see it, I get upset. All right, QuickBigDeals.com. Get $50 to use at Mind Blown Studio for just $25. They got a bunch of great gifts, all kind of glass that they created at the Mind Blown Studio. So if you want, look for a Christmas gift or Halloween gift, head on over there.
So you're not a big fan of the falling back?
No, I'm not. I don't want to talk about it.
It means an hour more sleep. This is the one that we can actually live with. The one in the springtime, I hate it because we miss out on an hour's sleep and
I know
and all that.
Yeah, I know. And it's just the idea. It's just the idea that I got to figure out how to change the clock in my car, and I got 16 buttons I got to push, and twice a year I got to figure out what those 16 buttons are.
And every car is different.
I know.
Isn't that the truth too?
I know.
It is a pain. Thank you, Bob. Still to come right here, the Royals battling the Mets in Game 1 of the World Series. Plus, the road to the Dome began tonight in high school football. Justin in next with scores and highlights in NewsCenter1 Sports.
During truck season at your local Ford stores, you can get an amazing deal on America's best-selling trucks. And behind the wheel of a Ford truck, things just get done. The work finished. Your cargo safe. The trip taken. The time to buy today. Now during truck season, get up to $95.61 in total savings on America's best-selling trucks for 38 years. Ford F-Series. Hurry in and save at your local Ford stores.
Welcome to High Country Guest Ranch,
where Western and Native American cultures unite.
Spacious log homes and camping cabins wait your arrival in the heart of the beautiful Black Hills. Close to Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse, it is the perfect place for your Black Hills vacation. The High Country Outdoor Theater is the summer home of Brûlée, the #1 Native American show in the country. The popular Circle B Chuck Wagon is serving up tasty cowboy dinners and Western harmonies. Come on out for an afternoon trail ride, an evening show, or spend the weekend with us. We'd love to have you.
Sorry. Flu.
You're not you when you have the flu. Get vaccinated, because stopping the flu starts with you.
Hey Rapid City, Rushmore Honda's moved to our new location, and we're celebrating with huge markdowns during our grand opening sale. Right now, you can lease a new 15 Civic LX sedan, $101 a month. Lease a 15 Honda Accord LX, $199 a month. Or lease a 15 CRV LX, $199 a month. Over 150 new Hondas available at our new location. Expect more, get more at Rushmore Honda off I-90 exit 60 on East Mall Drive, and always online at rushmorehonda.com.
This is NewsCenter1 Sports with Justin Wickersham.
Well, the high school football playoffs finally kicked off tonight with 4 of the 6 classes in action. The Class 11B playoffs featured a Week 6 rematch between the Custer Wildcats and the Little Wound Mustangs. Back on October 2nd, the Wildcats rolled over the Mustangs 44-6, and Custer was hoping for the same outcome this evening. Let's check out some of the first half highlights. First quarter action, Mustangs moving the ball in Custer territory. Jeremiah Hopkins looking for Robert Shangru in the end zone, but it's intercepted by Grayson Trandum, who returns this one all the way back out to the 44-yard line. The Wildcats march down the field, and Anthony Jones caps off the drive with this 3-yard touchdown run. Custer goes up 15-0 after the extra point. Moving on to the second quarter now, Little Wound goes for it on 4th and 15 from the 18-yard line. Hopkins to Shangru for the touchdown. That cut the Custer lead to 9, 15-6. The Wildcats, though, would respond. Alex Kortemeyer with the short pass to Jones. He runs into Tyrone Pooyer, bounces off Pooyer, and takes this one into the end zone. The Wildcats go back up by 17. Custer looking to add to its lead now, but this time Kortemeyer's pass is picked off by Shangru. However, the Wildcats move on with a 50-28 victory over Little Wound. Custer will host Sioux Valley on Monday night in the quarterfinals. Also in the Class 11B, Bennett County hammered Lee Deadwood tonight. Final score 50-6, plus top-ranked winner shut out Parkston 46-0. In Class 11B Region 1 now, Red Cloud falls to Aberdeen Roncalli 50-0, and Groton area too much for Mobridge Pollock tonight. Groton area wins that one 27-21. Shifting gears to the 9 AA football playoffs now. 5th-ranked Harriet Selby eliminates Lyman 60-16 is your final score. Also, Stanley County advances to the quarterfinals with a 24-point victory over Gregory. Moving on to Class 9A now, Sully Buttes outlasted Potter County by 8 points, 16-8, and the Phillips Scotties upset Lemon McIntosh tonight, final score 14-6. In Class 9B, it was Harding County all over Edgemont, 46-6, plus Faith takes care of Timberlake, 32-0. And finally, Alcester Hudson down the Wall Eagles by 22 points tonight, 30-8 is your final score. We've posted the rest of the football scores on our website at newscenter1.tv. Well, neither the Kansas City Royals nor the New York Mets have won the World Series since they both won in consecutive years back in 1985 and 1986. So one fan base will end a long drought after this best-of-7 series. Tonight, the Fall Classic kicked off in Kansas City, and we were hoping to bring you some highlights of this game. However, it is still going on, so we will take a look at the score right now. And as you can see, the game is tied at 4 apiece in the top of the 12th inning. Alex Gordon hit a soaring home run to center field with 1 out in the 9th inning, tying the game at 4-all and sending this one into extra innings. It was the second home run this postseason for Gordon. Game 2 of the World Series will take place tomorrow night in Kansas City. Well, after 19 big league seasons, 5-time All-Star outfielder Torrey Hunter is calling it quits. The 40-year-old Minnesota Twins outfielder announced his retirement Monday, saying he didn't want to be a distraction with a going-away tour. The Twins right fielder spent 12 seasons in Minnesota and leaves baseball as the owner of 9 Gold Gloves, a career 277 batting average, and 253 homers in his career. Hunter was drafted by the Twins back in 1997 and spent his first 11 seasons in the Twin Cities, returning at the beginning of last season because he thought it might be his final one. And that's a look at sports for this evening. We'll be right back in a moment.
54? 54? Right here, dude. Here's your Call of Duty Ultimate Care Package.
Nice package.
Thanks. Oh.
55?
The Ultimate Care Package. A Tex-Mex Bacon Thick Burger and chance to win Call of Duty Black Ops 3 prizes like an epic in-game weapon camo at Hardee's.
Introducing the newest member of the Yamaha off-road family. It thrives in the most remote, rugged terrain. It never steps down from a challenge and travels long distances in search of adventure. The all-new Yamaha Wolverine. It's a whole new animal.
Black Hills Power Sports, I-90 service road between exit 60 and 61 in Rapid City.
Menards has the sale that lets you save big on over 65,000 items. So get ready, get set, and save with an 11% rebate on everything. Hurry in and save big, because now is the perfect time to save on all of your projects with an 11% rebate on everything, including sale prices. That's savings on top of savings. Get everything you need with an 11% rebate going on now.
Angela just scored a great deal on this dining set and saved an extra $100.
Best day of my life. Second best. Okay. Still a great day.
During the final days of the housewarming sale at Furniture Row, you'll find great savings throughout the store. Plus, get extra savings of $100 to $200 with any purchase of $1,000 to $2,000. And enjoy no interest for 4 years. The housewarming sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday.
While most people trick or treat for their candy, the goal for local students is something a bit more substantial. Tomorrow, School of Mines students will canvass the neighborhood around campus, collecting canned goods for Feeding South Dakota. College students dressed in costumes will walk door to door between 6:30 and 9, making it easy for residents to give back to the community. Canned good donations are also being accepted at the Surbeck Center on the South Dakota Mines campus.
It's always a great feeling helping out those in need, especially those that don't have enough to eat, because it's hard to imagine with having an unlimited meal plan here or being able to cook for yourself. It's hard to imagine not having enough food to eat. So helping those people that need that is always a great feeling.
Last year's efforts resulting in nearly 1,000 pounds of canned goods for Feeding South Dakota. So great effort for that.
And speaking of the School of Mines, this Saturday they are having, I believe it's called Trunk or Treating, where...
Trunk or Treating.
I believe that's what it's called. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But at the School of Mines football game, if you dress up the kids, you can go around to the cars that are parked on the ramp, and they will give you candy.
And I'm guessing the candy comes out of the trunk? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think that's how they get the name.
I'm getting an assist from the booth here. They say it's called Trunk or Treat.
Oh, okay.
Trunk or Treat?
They're close.
Trunk for treat?
Something like
Trunk or Treat.
Yeah. But if you dress up, you can get candy, so that's the most important thing.
That sounds like a winner.
Shad, all you have to do is look to your left, and you can give the folks at home a blow-by-blow to what's going on in the World Series.
Try not to watch. I'm a Royals fan, and man, it's been kind of a painful evening. We'll see if they can pull one out in Game 1 at home.
Bottom of the 12th, 4-4.
Tied up 4-4 in the
just advanced a
bottom
man to the second for the Royals, so there you go. So I mean, this could be the end of it right here.
Looks like the Royals are trying to play some small ball and work themselves into
whatever,
Game 2.
as long as you get that guy in. All right, a quick look at the 7-day. There you have it, 45 tomorrow. Warming trend right on into the weekend, 71 on Sunday.
That'll do it for us right here. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
This plateau.
I'm a fan of things that go.
I'm a fan of fan conventions. I'm a fan of releasing tension.
I'm a fan of all things shelty.
When it comes to snacking,
I'm a fan of hot and melty.
I'm a fan of DQ. I'm a fan of DQ bakes.
oven-hot snacks like the Buffalo Chicken Snack Melt, Chicken Bacon Barbecue, and Chicken Quesadilla, served only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
The Honda for You sales event is happening now, and you could get a great deal on a 2015 Honda Civic. Our best Civic yet was named a KBB.com Best Buy and is the best-selling car in its class. The Civic is also loaded with standard features. So hurry into your Honda dealer today, and you could get a great deal on a 2015 Civic during the Honda for You sales event.
Dear future, sailed through that diaper stage, learned to walk, and I'm reading like a third grader. But now it's time to go out into the world. And from what I hear, it's not all toys and games out there. Will you look out for me, future? You can ride my new bike.
How are you nuking this, boss? I can barely keep up with the trash mobs in the dungeon.
Hit those fire goblins with your icicle storm. Never mind, I'll use my hailstone blade. I had TechNet optimize my system, and I'm telling you, dude, it screams now.
You're in full-on beast mode. Oh, no. I wiped again.
Sorry, dude.
I'm going AFK to call TechNet Corp right now.
Laters.
TechNet Corp, the friendliest computer repair shop in the Black Hills.